Inside this video, I'm showing you exactly how to lose fat for summer without starving yourself and without starting over. Because July is 12 weeks away, girls. I'm not saying that to scare you. You can achieve a lot in 12 weeks when you know what to focus on and when you know what to avoid. So let's look at first why you keep starting over. You keep starting over because your calories are far too low. If you're on aggressive calories and that doesn't suit you, your lifestyle, your dieting history, what you actually want to do at the weekend, how you want to relax and switch off, then you're not going to stick with it, okay? So it's not that being on low calories doesn't work, it's the sticking to it part that is holding you back, and it's not a personal struggle. It's all about knowing what you're willing to trade and finding a method that actually works for you. Because if you've had a coach who's put you on 1200 calories and they expect you to abandon everything, so abandon all of your social life, not go out for a meal, not eat a meal at home with your boyfriend and cook something together. If you ban all those things but you don't want to ban those things, then you're either going to do it for so long and then fall off because you just resent the process, or you're not going to want to do it at all. If you need to be in a deficit for 20 weeks or 15 weeks of aggressive, that is extremely tough mentally, and you'd be better off just doing it sustainably, doing it slower. So your calories are too low to start with. Another reason why starting over is because of the spiral. And this can show up for you either when, let's say, you're having a little date night with your boyfriend at home on a Saturday and then you start to panic, you don't really know what to eat or how to stay on track, and then the spiral begins and you just think, I'll just start again on Monday. Or maybe you're at work, there's some treats in the staff room, or it's someone's birthday, something that throws you off where you feel out of control, but you have some of that food anyway, and then the spiral begins. You feel like you've ruined it all, and maybe you beat yourself up a little bit mentally, you feel guilty, and then you'll either go one of two ways. So you try to restrict, take calories away, try and burn it off, or you go the other way where you just continue to eat more food, go on a bit of a binge, and you'll probably promise yourself again you'll start again on Monday. You're in this constant cycle of starting over, feeling guilty, feeling like you've done something wrong, and that is why you keep starting over, and it's very draining to be stuck there. So what you're not going to do is slash your calories to 1,000 and think that that is the way. And you're not going to panic if you've got someone's birthday coming up or you've got your anniversary with your boyfriend. Okay, these are things that can be factored in, that need to be factored in, otherwise you will just hate and resent this process, and I don't want that for you. So let's look at what you are going to do, okay, to lose fat between now and summer. First, we're going to set some expectations. How much weight can you actually expect to lose between now and July? We'll stick with our 12-week time period, okay? You can expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. So that could be 12 to 24 pounds, depending on your starting point. If you've got more weight to lose, you'll lose it a bit more quickly. If you don't have as much weight to lose, let's say you've got a stone to lose, then you can lose that pretty sustainably in 12 weeks. You'll always lose a little bit more in the first week, okay? The first thing I want you to do is to stop guessing with your nutrition. You can eat all the healthy food in the world, but if you don't have the right structure and the right targets around your nutrition, then you're not going to lose fat consistently. So let's set your calories. You are going to take your body weight in pounds and times it by 11. That is going to be your deficit calories. And if it comes out as something daft like 1648, please round it up to 1650, okay? You don't need to hit 1648 calories. That is another thing. You don't need everything to be so specific to the point, because that is when you end up starting over, because you think, fuck this, I've literally got to live my calories again by 2. So round that number up. Now let's talk about your macros, because they are important. Protein, you're going to times your body weight in pounds by 0.8 to 0.9. That's going to be your range. So for example, let's say you are 150 pounds, you're going to times that by 0.9 and you get 135 grams of protein per day. This is going to keep you full, it's going to keep you satiated, and it's going to help keep hold of your muscle mass whilst you lose fat, which is key. Then for fats, really important for women, for hormones, again, for also keeping you satiated and full, you're going to times your body weight in pounds by 0.3. let's stick with our example, £150 times 0.3. £150 times 0.3 is 45 grams of fat per day. And then the rest you are going to use carbs. But we need all these: protein to keep us full, fats to keep us satiated, support hormone health, and carbs for energy. Your body runs on glucose, your brain also runs on glucose, which is why if you've ever done a low carb diet and you're literally in the worst mood ever and you feel like shit and you want to hurt everyone, then it's because your carbs are low and your brain is like, there's no energy. So you're going to go over to MyFitnessPal, you're going to put in your calories and macros, then you're going to plan some meals around your calories and macros, centering all 3 or 4 meals around protein first. So if you've got that goal of 135 grams of protein, that could be 4 meals that are 35 grams each. Is that mathing? I think it is, yeah. Or you could do 3 high protein meals, 40 grams in your breakfast, lunch and tea, that would be 120. Then the rest goes towards a snack. Second thing that you're going to do is train to be strong and build muscle. You're not going to burn loads of calories in the gym on the cardio machine every single day. We want you to be strong. That's how you get toned, that's how you build muscle definition. So I want you to choose a workout split that you can actually stick to. Don't choose 4 sessions a week if most weeks you can't do 4 sessions and you can only do 3. I'd rather you choose 3 and actually just stick to that 3, get consistent at that 3, because that is how you will get results. So if you're doing a 3-day split per week, I would recommend either a full body split or upper lower full body. I like doing upper lower full body. I like having a leg day. Most of my clients enjoy having a leg day. Lots of women enjoy just having a leg day. Full body is good, you're practicing different movement patterns, but it's quite taxing and it's also a bit boring, and every session is full body, whereas you can get yourself a bit psyched up for a leg day, you can enjoy an upper body day, and then you've got 1 full body day. So choose one of those workout splits. If you're going to train 4 days a week, you could do 2 lower, 2 upper, and 2 of those upper could be targeting push and pull, for example. You are going to keep track of all of your sessions in your notes app, and every single week, whether you feel like it or not, even if you're stressed, on your period, not in the mood, you're going to go to the gym, you're going to whip up your notes app, and then you're going to track what you've lifted, how many sets you've done, how many reps. When you've done that, you're going to add a little tick, move on to the next exercise. That's how you're going to run your training. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, it doesn't need to be anything dramatic, you don't need to be in the gym for hours, you don't need to be doing 4 sets of everything. Quality over quantity. Here's an example of a leg day that I would structure for a client. And here's an example of an upper body day that I would structure for a client. Let's talk about movement and steps, because these are just as important as going to the gym and training hard. I want you to start your steps at 7,000 and aim to build those up between 10 and 12k. If you're not at 7,000 already, don't stress. All you need to do is build yourself up there gradually. 1,000 a week, 2,000 a week, something like that. You're going to keep track on your Apple Watch, on your phone, whatever Fitbit you've got. And again, the aim of the game is consistency. Please don't panic or stress if one day your steps are under, okay? But it doesn't mean you need to be frustrated. That is just normal life, okay? You're going to have a day where you don't hit steps. You're going to have a day where you're over your calories. Do you know what? It's absolutely fine. All you need to do is just go again tomorrow. So that is movement sorted, that is nutrition sorted. Now let's get into the nitty gritty of real life, because everyone seems to miss this part out, okay? Everyone goes into the diet like, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to commit to it for 12 weeks, I'm going to take everything off, I'm going to lose all the weight. And then what do? They stumble upon a challenge, let's say, or real life, let's say. For example, it's your friend's birthday meal. You're in this diet, you've got this fat loss goal, you've been hitting everything all week. What do? Do you hibernate at home, isolate yourself, miss out on your friend's 30th birthday? Or do you go there, panic and spiral, feel like you've ruined everything and start again in a few days? Or we have an alternative, okay? We need to plan intentionally for these events, because let's be honest, you're not going to miss out on your friend's birthday. You're not going to not celebrate you and your boyfriend's anniversary because you're losing fat, okay? I know that you still want to actually enjoy your life and live your life. And whilst we do need to make trade-offs and sacrifices, they need to be realistic with what you are willing to trade and what you're not willing to trade. I'm not willing to trade time with my friends or family. I am willing to trade food when I'm there and make smart choices, but I'm not willing to just abandon that part of my life altogether. So you need to factor in real life. We have a few strategies that you can use to achieve this, okay? If you have a friend's birthday coming up, all I want you to do is know what to expect there, okay? Are you eating at a restaurant? If so, can you check that menu ahead of time? Can you choose something ahead of time so when you get there you're not panicking, you're not thinking all weekend like, oh, tonight I'm just going to ruin everything. No, it's not ruined, okay? Nothing is ever ruined. All you need to do is choose a meal that you would want to eat, that aligns with your goals, that you'll feel proud for eating, and all you need to do that day is just be sensible with your food, okay? You don't need to starve all day. I would recommend banking calories, especially if you have lots of social events coming up. If it's a one-off, I would say go and enjoy what you want to eat. If you want to go and have a burger, you have that, and then you just get back into things the next day. If it's not a one-off, you've got quite a lot of celebrations coming up, then you do need to be strategic with it. You do need to plan intentionally. Just go into these events, eat what you want for the whole weekend, and then complain when progress is slow, okay? So how can you actually be strategic? You can choose what you're going to eat ahead of time. You can bank some calories for that day. Eat a lighter breakfast, eat a lighter lunch, just give yourself a decent amount of calories left for the day, and then make sensible choices whilst you're there. That is enough, okay? You don't need to go and literally track everything that's on a buffet, for example, or if you've gone out for tapas, you don't need to track everything on your MyFitnessPal. You just need to be sensible in the day with the meals that you're eating. So choose a high protein breakfast, choose a really light lunch, so you might have like a chicken salad, something big, voluminous that's going to fill you up, and then, you know, tonight you're going to enjoy yourself, you're going to have a nice time, you're going to eat that food, and tomorrow it's just another normal day. You're going to eat your normal breakfast like you usually eat, and you're going to track like you usually do. You don't need to get in your head that things have messed up, or you've ruined it, or you need to start over, or you've done something wrong. Because is it really wrong to celebrate a friend's birthday? No. Would you feel guilty if you went into all these events without a plan, just eating what you want, feeling off the rails? Yes, you will, because your goals are important to you. I know that they are, so you are going to feel guilty then. Whereas if you go, you enjoy yourself, but you're intentional, that guilt really reduces, okay? That is how you're going to stop this constant start-stop cycle. Again, the aim of the game is not to be perfect, to micromanage everything all weekend. The aim is just to be consistent and to be intentional more than anything. So that is what you were going to do. I've made a free resource which shows you the 3 stages you need to actually build the physique that you want, and this goes far deeper than fat loss, okay girls? There are a few other phases that we need to conquer so that you can stop this constant stop-start cycle, and you can actually feel in control around food, actually see some definition in your physique and build some muscle long term. If you want the free training, you can access it in the description, and I will see you in the next one.